button, the whole thing.
All right, checking audio for YouTube. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing. Check 1, 2. Test 1, 2.
Okay, welcome everybody. I'm going to call the May 20th, 2024 Common Council meeting agenda for City of Delafield to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, Molly, roll call, please.
Alderperson Henry.
Here.
Alderperson Schaefer.
Here.
Alderperson Valdy.
Here.
Alderperson Wilkin.
Here.
Alderperson Grimmer.
Here.
Alderperson Price.
Here.
Mayor Eicher.
I am here.
Administrator Hafner.
Here.
And also our city attorney.
Oh. Our city attorney, Kathy Gutenkunst, is here.
Thank
right?
you. I am present.
Excellent.
Okay. All right, from there, we'll go on to City of Delafield citizens' comments. Is there anybody in the audience who'd like to speak about anything? Please step up to the microphone, press the button on the bottom, and state your name and address.
All right, well, good evening. My name is Toby Van Sistine. I'm the Director of Government Affairs for the Metropolitan Builders Association. We are located at 2120 Pewaukee Road in Waukesha. I know you
Can you
have
please repeat that address slightly slower so I can
Sure.
get that?
2120 Pewaukee Road, and that's in Waukesha.
Okay.
Perfect. I know you have a lot of business to get to, so we will make this short and sweet. As most of you know, we had submitted an appeal back in December that was read in to this group on January 15th. It had to do with impact fees in the city. We have been waiting for 4 months to hear something, and we have had no response other than it's being worked on. We know that Attorney Doyle was assigned to that, and our attorney has been in contact with her. But we haven't heard anything. So I, on behalf of our members, had offered to just come tonight and just make one very simple ask. We do want to work through the process as written in the ordinances. And our ask to you tonight is, if you would, to just talk with the city staff, consult with Attorney Doyle. We know that 7 individuals were indicated in that January meeting that would be doing some review to just try and help move that along. Right now, we have a housing crisis in the state of Wisconsin. And every day, every minute, every dollar makes it harder and harder for people to obtain and afford homes. So we just want to try and move through this process as quickly as possible. So my ask tonight is, if you would, please press for something, because we haven't heard anything. At least, when would you like to discuss it, or if there's a timeline around that. We do understand that there's no timeline that's listed in the ordinance, but just wanted to plead our case that we can get in and try and move that down the road. So that's all I have. I'll let you get back to business.
Thank you. Message
Thank you.
received. Okay, would anybody else like to speak about anything on or off the agenda? Going once, twice? Okay, citizen comments are now closed. So item 5, special order of business. A, interview District 7 alderperson applicants and appoint alderperson for District 7 to take office May 21st, 2024, and fill seat vacated by yours truly, Tim Eicher, term ending April 14th, 2025. And in your packet, you've got a application with some other information. So the applicant is here. Mr. Berg, would you mind coming up, introducing yourself? You need to press the button. There you go.
Good evening, Jacob Berg, 2117 Hillcrest Drive. Appreciate everybody's time and consideration as you search for the next District 7 alderperson. My family and I have been in Delafield for about 6 years now, and I've been on a few committees and commissions, and love the opportunity to serve on this council.
All right, does anybody have any questions for Mr. Berg?
I have a question for Jacob.
Yes.
How the heck are you going to fit it all in? I mean, I know that you're active on, 3 committees right now? You're active in the National Guard. Thank you for your service. Yep. You've got a young family.
Absolutely.
It takes time to be a council member. How are you going to fit it in?
That's a great question. I have a really odd desire to serve, I suppose, and my family and my neighbors come first. And if this is an opportunity for me to be a voice for them, I think I can make time for things that matter.
I'll footnote that by saying our ordinances are pretty clear about alder people and their roles on committees, and going from citizen to alderperson is likely to exclude you depending on whether or not there's a vacancy for an alderperson on a committee, and the committees he's on, there is not. So he'll be trading down as far as official meeting numbers, but up as far as, I'm sure, research and background, so.
Absolutely.
Well, I'm excited at the idea that you would volunteer. I was really excited to read your resume, and yeah, welcome to the fun if it all goes forward. But thank you for putting your hand up.
Yeah, thanks. I've known Jake for just a couple of years, but I've known him to be nothing but thoughtful and prepared and committed, so.
Thank you.
The floor is open for a motion to appoint Mr. Berg to alderperson District Number 7.
I move to appoint Jacob Berg as alderperson from District 7.
I'll second.
Is there any further discussion? Do we need a roll call or just a simple motion?
Simple motion to me.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Abstentions? Welcome aboard, Jacob. You talk to Molly, follow up with her. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, next item is announcement of matters for possible closed session. So we're going to make you leave. Well, not just you, but once the motion passes. Motion to convene in closed session pursuant to the provisions of Wisconsin statutes 1985-1G, conferring with legal counsel for the governmental body who is rendering oral written advice concerning strategy to be adopted by the body with respect to litigation in which it is or likely to become involved. More specifically, municipal code violations related to the Armagon Boathouse located at 1525 Weber Court. Do we have a motion to go into closed session?
I will so move.
Second.
Although,
Price had the second? Okay.
roll call vote, please.
Henry?
Aye.
Schaefer?
Aye.
Valley?
Aye.
Wilkin?
Aye.
Grimmer?
Aye.
Price?
Aye.
Okay, we are now in closed session, so we will remove the sign when you're free to come back in. I don't expect it to be too long. All right, looking for a motion to come out of closed session.
So moved.
Second?
A roll call vote, please.
Henry.
Aye.
Schaefer.
Aye.
Valdy.
Aye.
Wilkin.
Aye.
Grimmer.
Aye.
Price.
Aye.
Okay, thank you.
Wilkin had the second.
Yes. No, Mark, oh, who said, you did? Sorry. I'll pay closer attention. Moving on to item 6, discussion and possible action to approve the April 15th, 2024 regular meeting minutes.
I move to approve the April 15th regular meeting minutes.
Second.
Is there any discussion?
I have a correction. On item 7B, it says motion carried with Schaefer voting nay. I also voted nay on that motion.
Does that fit underneath the approval of the minutes, or do we have to adjust the motion?
Motion should be to approve the minutes with that correction.
Yeah, we need to agree to approve the minutes with that correction. So that was Danielle, I believe.
I-
You
Oh,
made the
yes,
motion
I'm
to
so-
approve the minutes?
Yes, I was going to say, I don't think, did I?
Oh, who made the
I
motion?
didn't do it.
I'm not paying attention.
I have Schaefer
my
and
motion.
Wilkin on the approval of the minutes.
Okay.
I amend my motion to approve the minutes of the April 15th meeting with the change to item 7B,
Second.
that
Okay, any other corrections? I hope not, because we'll have to redo the motion. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Any abstentions? Okay, motion carries. Next, the consent agenda, there is none, so on to boards, committees. Licenses, Molly.
Every year, we have a few licenses that are submitted complete before the April 15th deadline. Those need to be granted by June 15th. Our next meeting isn't until June 17th, so I always get them taken care of for this meeting, so we don't have to call a special meeting. So this time, we only have Hillside Cinema that completed or submitted a completed application by the April 15th deadline. So I just need a motion to approve pending completion of the agent background check, if you so choose.
So moved.
second.
Is there any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. All right, Hillside has a liquor license. Plan Commission, Alderperson Grimmer.
The only item on the agenda tonight is some housekeeping from the Commodore. Looks like they have a stormwater maintenance agreement that needs to be improved. Everything seems in order. So I will make the motion to approve the stormwater maintenance agreement.
Second.
Any questions?
If I have a conflict of interest, do I just abstain from the vote?
You can if you wish, yes.
Okay.
Any other discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Abstentions?
Aye.
All right. Danielle abstains. Motion carries. Anything else for Plan Commission, Mr. Grimmer?
Nope.
All right, on to Lake Welfare Committee.
Yeah, Lake Welfare met on May 8th. With three main things we discussed. First was the Mike Rail complaint against the subdivision right behind the Commodore. I know Tom's been involved with that, our building inspector. I think everything's in order. I think all the rain this week will test it. So I think that should be a dead issue. We talked extensively about the Lakes at Stake group, who is going on a national basis against the wakes, or trying to restrain the use of the wake surf boats, okay? What they're trying to do is restrict or eliminate, we actually eliminate boats on any lakes under 1,500 acres. Our committee decided to, still stay with our original concession of just trying to put signage up and, advertising and education rather than trying to, pass them along. We'll let the states and the feds get involved in that one. And we talked too about setting up our our Lake Awareness Meeting. We're going to do that the second Wednesday in September. And we're going to ask the Commodore if we can have it there. It would be kind of cool if we could do that outside. And we're probably planning on giving them an award too for all their cooperation they've done in setting up the water retention system. That's second to none. They spent a lot of money to reduce significant amount of water off the parking lots going into the lake. So that was it.
All right, thanks, Paul. Park and Rec, Alderman Schaefer.
One item I'd like to mention, the freshly paved basketball court in Fireman's Park has now been dual striped. It's a dual purpose court. It's 2 pickleball courts, and paddles and balls are available for loan circulation at the library, and we're working on a plan to also have nets on loan. I understand some players have their own nets, so they're good right now, but we'll have a net loan system in place soon.
Very good. Anything else?
No, thank you.
All right. Public Works Committee. Dirk.
No meeting, no report. Next meeting is June 5th.
All right. Delhart Commission, I'll take that one. We have a meeting tomorrow. We're electing our annual officers election and welcoming a couple new members and just hearing about recent plant upgrade status. Should be wrapping up soon. So on to Police Commission, Alderperson Valdy.
There's been no meeting since our last meeting. I did want to make mention that if you haven't caught it on channel CBS 58 affiliate of Milwaukee, there was an amazing, I would say, rescue of a young person who was in distress, and one of our officers rescued him. And I listened to the audio, and it was incredible the skill that this young police officer had talking this troubled kid off. It actually, I'm not a crier, and it actually brought me to tears because it was so real. And in the end, the officer is holding the kid, and the kid is saying, "Am I in trouble?" And it was a beautiful moment. So I just wanted to throw that out there in this opportunity to thank our police officers they do so much. It was very powerful. Thanks.
Very good. Library Board, Alderperson Henry.
Yeah, we met last week, and a couple of things I just want to mention is the summer reading program is about to go full-fledged, so check the website or stop in to get signed up for that. And next Tuesday is the Culver's Night in Wales. On Tuesday, the 28th, they'll be fundraising for the library. So that's all I've got.
Great. Now you get to do Board of Zoning Appeals as well.
No meeting, no report.
All right. Did you miss it, Jackie?
Promotion and Tourism, we met May 14th, 7:30 in the morning, right here. A couple of things to mention. Elected officers, pretty cool. Well, it was my first meeting. And then there were some filming activities going on during the Della Spring event last Saturday, which was also well attended. And yeah, I'm excited to be on the Promotion and Tourism Commission.
Great, thank you. Lake Country Fire and Rescue Commission. I don't have anything to report for that. Lake Country Fire and Rescue Board.
The board met last week. I was unable to attend due to a conflict, but I know they continue to struggle to find a replacement for Howard, our former auditor, such that they have, there is a reasonable concern that they will be unable to meet the IMA-imposed August 15th deadline to have an audit completed. And I think that went out, I think Chief Fennig was sending out an email regarding the same to city administration. Other than that, no other report.
All right. Deer Management Committee, Alderperson Wilkin.
Committee got together on Saturday, May 11th, to do some brush clearing in the brush pile stands. We had moved a stand earlier in the spring. And so we had to do some brush clearing to create a trail to get into it. Our next meeting is tomorrow night.
All right. In other committees, commissions, and boards, none. 9, unfinished business. Doing a good job. There's no unfinished business. Mayor's report. I'll start out by saying earlier this evening, went to the fire department. Jackie Valdi and Paul Price were there as well to welcome Logan's Eagle Scout project, which is a barbecue patio, which turned out great. And the brats were really good. You guys should have stuck around. Along with that, mentioning the wonderful work our police do, I've just got noted here that it's National Police Week this week, or last week, and Public Works Week this week. Thank those guys. I think they might have set a record for the amount of brush they picked up in the last 7 or 8 days. I asked them myself, how much will you take? Is there a limit? And they said no, and that's how much they picked up, is an unlimited amount. And it's EMS week from May 19th through the 25th. Also, I'll just note some work anniversaries. People working here this month in June who have been here 5 years or less include Ryan Trapla for DPW, Amy Buckman in our city, she's our treasurer, Michael Bennett, police officer, Ethan Harriman on our police department, Brian Mayhew for DPW, and Gary Ballman, also with DPW. And at 7 years is Joseph Walker with our police department. 13 years is Maria Bueller from public police department. Mr. Hafner here has been here 21 years in June. And I'm reporting on June instead of May, but that's okay. And Joseph Walker will be here 7 years on our police department. And Michael Luciani is 23 years on Public Works. Aside from that, I've got nothing else. New business, approval of our vouchers report.
I move to approve vouchers for 5/7, 5/21, and 4/30/24.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed say nay. Okay, we pay our bills. Report of city officials, Mr. Hafner.
Yeah, a few things to report on this evening. We did get some positive news from our neighbors in the village of Shaniqua. They did pass the railroad quiet zone and the submittal of the notice of intent that we need to mail out. They did that last week Monday, so those mailings will go out now. And then after 60 days, then we'll be able to put out the notice of establishment, and 21 days after that, the quiet zone will go into effect. So that was a positive development with that. And then we also have a public informational meeting coming up on June 5th that will be held as part of the Public Works Committee meeting. It'll be the beginning of the Public Works Committee meeting. And that's a public informational meeting on a recreational trail extension that is scheduled for construction next year. And that is Genesee Street from Carriage Hills up to the northern city limits at Scenic Heights Drive. And also a reminder, I actually notified the council of this back in March, but it's coming up, and I thought another reminder would be good. But the St. John's Bay Pier permit contested case hearing is coming up. That is the week of June 17th. It's expected to take most of that week to complete. And due to the summer library reading programs in the council chambers, that meeting did need to get moved to the State Building in Waukesha, and that address is there for anybody interested in attending that. And the public comment section of the contested case hearing will be the first thing that occurs. That'll occur on Monday. And lastly, at our last council meeting, Alderman Grimmer was talking about the new software put in place by our fire department, and there was some discussion that it'd be good to schedule a demonstration. And I did talk to the fire chief about that, and he was excited to provide that demonstration to the council, and he will be here to provide that demonstration at our next meeting on June 17th. And as Tim said, we did have quite a bit of brush this year. We don't have a final tally on the amount yet. Paul Zellner is still working on that. It is believed to probably be a record. More often than not, we get that brush collection done in 4.5 days. This time it took 5.5 days. And, it's widely speculated that that significant winter storm that did a lot of damage to trees was the culprit for the additional brush out there. But that's the extent of my report.
I just had a quick question about the brush cleanup because there's quite a few new piles that came up after you came through. And I'm curious what should be done with those or how those are going to be addressed because there's some pretty significant piles that are right on the road.
Yeah, so if property owners put piles out after the collection occurred, the proper thing for them to do would be for them to haul that themselves to the city's brush drop-off site, which is open two Saturdays every month from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. They could also hire a contractor to haul that away for them would be the two options. You're saying there's a lot of piles out there? A couple?
Yeah, there's a couple along Negawicka.
I mean,
It's extremely well notified. I noticed, it's in our,
I'm
people
aware.
who use it are often ask.
There's like two that are just kind of significant in
Oh,
size that
it's a
are
good
right
lesson
on the
to
road.
learn.
I got a feeling that stuff's going to be there all summer long. I'm just going to leave it there.
Well,
I just know it.
we'll see. I'll add to Tom's mention of the fire chief coming next meeting. I saw him earlier, and he asked what else he should talk about and how much time he should have. So I said 20 minutes. But if there's a different topic you'd like him to cover or specific aspects of the software reporting capabilities, just email them to me, and I'll make sure he gets them. All right? Okay, Molly, any reports from you?
We have a potential new employee. We are working through the very final stages of that hiring process, so just have to set the start date, basically. Over to my right here, this is Sherilyn Janke. Janke, okay. She has been with us for about a month now. As our secondary minute taker. So she is going to be showing up training. She comes from the sheriff's department, so she does have a good background in summarizing reports and whatnot as a former detective. So retired and now coming to meetings for fun.
Thanks.
So we're excited to train her and have her
Is it
be a
really
part of our
just
team.
fun? Do you get?
I enjoy coming here.
We
so.
don't pay you?
Oh, well.
Okay, so
for
fun
fun
and- okay.
and compensation.
Good. All right, thanks, Molly. So no treasurer's report. Any common council requests for future agenda items? Okay, seeing none, look in the packet for correspondence. And as there's no further business, meeting is now adjourned at 7:49 PM. Thank you.